Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hi guys, welcome to Telecom Fact channel. This is Silambarasan Chandran. Today we are going to talk about how to change the Ethernet traffic port in baseband of 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G technologies. There are two procedures to change the Ethernet traffic port in baseband. Either need to change the traffic port in basic script before the baseband integration. Otherwise, we have to modify the port configuration after the integration of baseband. Here, this is a basic script. Here, all the T and B ports should be replaced with the new port. Let's suppose the script contains T and B port. Actually, LTE features are O&M access control, control plane and user plane. In the script, T and B port is configured. If you want to change the traffic port from B to C or D or A, so you have to replace it with the traffic port according to your requirement. Suppose if you want to change the traffic port configuration to T and C, means you have to replace the T and B with T and C throughout the basic script. Here LTE CP means LTE control plane. Here also you have to replace the T and C in place of T and B Ethernet traffic port. 3654 is a VLAN ID for the control plane. Here also T and B should be replaced with T and C of control plane. Yeah, this is a LTE user plane as we said earlier. Here also T and B port should be replaced with T and C, as well as 3655 is a VLAN ID for user plane. Yes, everywhere T and B port of control plane, user plane and O&M access control should be replaced with T and C port. You have to change the Ethernet traffic port throughout the basic script and make it save. LUUS 4322 is a site ID. This is a second procedure of changing the Ethernet traffic port configuration after the integration in the baseband. This is a command st space eth. It shows the configured Ethernet port configuration in the script. Here T and C port is already configured. The site is live now. If you want to change the Ethernet port configuration from T and C to T and D, we have to use the following commands. GS plus, that is, it displays the old and the new attribute value in the script. I am highlighting the commands which we need to run in the motion and execute the MO values. That is, here CRN space equipment equal to 1, field replacement unit equal to 1, TN port equal to TND, because here we are going to change from TNC to TND. We have to run the following commands in the motion. Here we have to change the port configuration TND. Here also TND. Existing configuration is TNC. The new port is TND. We have to change it according to the design. Again we have to run the following commands. CRN space transport equal to 1, Ethernet port equal to TND, because we are going to assign the TND port as a transport interface for the baseband. Once the MO values is added or executed, again we have to run the following command st space eth. Then it will show the list of Ethernet traffic ports which is configured in the baseband. Here live port is TNC and TND is a newly configured port based on our design. Operation status is here disabled because physically Ethernet cable is not connected and logical connection also not completed. Then next we have to use the command set space transport equal to 1, VLAN port equal to O&M access encapsulation Ethernet port equal to TND. As we said earlier, LTE have three logical interfaces, that is O&M access configuration, user plane and control plane. So we have to do the same configuration for all the three logical interfaces. Whenever if you want to add any configuration, we have to follow the same procedure. Here set space transport equal to 1 space VLAN port equal to S1 is the interface, control plane space encapsulation space Ethernet port equal to TND. Again we have to do the same configuration for user plane as well. Set space transport equal to 1, VLAN port equal to S1 user plane space encapsulation space Ethernet port equal to TND. Once the MOs are successfully loaded, it will show the result. See, one MO is attempted, one MO is set, which means 100% configured. Then use the command ALT, which means it will reflect the alarms list. SOV is unavailable and link failure alarms are currently active in the baseband. Now physically Ethernet cable is connected in the TND port and all logical configuration are made. We can able to see the site is up. See, all the FDD and TDD cells are up through new port of TND configuration in the baseband. This is a second process or second method of configuration of TND port in the baseband. See, all the cells of TDD and FDD are up through new Ethernet traffic port. Thank you guys. If you like the video, please like, subscribe and share with your friends.